It's going to be the result of Walmart doing what they're doing. Overall, working people organizing has been what has brought us forward. Anything that goes against that, it seems to me, will be a step backwards.
It's not like you're graciously giving them employment. That's Hawaii state law.
Could I add an interjection from the audience that we have over here?
Yeah, you say that money is cheap and these rates are down. The thing is that doesn't matter if the people who really need them can't get the loans to get these rates. You have to have, in this current economy, you have to have immaculate credit or enough assets that you really don't need to borrow the money. The people who really need it are the ones that can't take advantage of this market low.
The market has swung back the other way. 4 years ago, anybody with any fictitious income whatsoever could borrow whatever amount of money they wanted to. Now they can't do that. The markets have swung back. Regulation is setting in. That's what happens.
But it wasn't so much the people; it was the lenders who went out and sought this kind of business.
That's right. They actually
encouraged it.
This argument, this is getting to be a very tedious argument. I'm sorry, but the idea that people bear no responsibility for the money that I borrowed a whole bunch of money. I lost a whole bunch in the recession. I lost a whole bunch of properties. I got, I don't know whether I was greedy, but I knew what I was doing. I was borrowing a lot of money cheaply.
If you come from a place where this is your dream and somebody dangles that dream in front of you, of course you're going to take a shot at it. Okay? Regardless of, because these opportunities do not come along for that segment of the people that often. Okay? It's like handing candy in front of a child.
So people are children. So people who borrow money are children and they're irresponsible.
You need to
and they need to be protected and taken care of.
If they come from this social economic background, they don't have these particular skills.
What particular skills?
I'm not sure it's back and forth helping us out too much. Let's go to Niels.
Well, I just wanted to have a total counterpoint to this. I mean, if you can't see the cracks in the system that we are living in now, you're blind. And if you can't see that things are steadily deteriorating, you haven't looked carefully. And I just want to point out that I've run a small business here for 15 years, and I've imposed, and I guess it's not capitalism to me. This is socialism. We have a socialistic business. Everybody in our company, including owners, which is myself, we get paid for the hours we work. And we have, everybody's paid the same. My secretary and the field people are all paid the same amount of money. The people that are professionals, we had to pay for our education. We have a slightly higher pay scale. And so, and all the profits, if you call them profits, are distributed evenly among all of the employees, myself included. If we have extra money, we pay everybody a day off. In this model, it sounds crazy, eh? Is this crazy?
Doesn't it work in Wonderful?
We're one of the few very successful businesses in our area, in our area of business. We have the best, most satisfied employees of any company I know of in this town. They all love their jobs, and I can see their attitudes, the respect that we give them, they give us back. It's just a total different way of doing business. This isn't new. This employee-owned business, essentially what it is going like gangbusters through the third world, and even in this country. So the point I'm trying to make is there's a different business model. It doesn't fall into any of these categories, all this competition, fighting over money. We have virtually no debt. We have no debt. We have an operating amount of money, and we stay within that operating amount of money. If we don't have enough work, everybody takes a day off too. That's the other side of the coin. But I just wanted to point out to you this model, this capitalistic model. It can be free enterprise. I'm free enterprise. I'm competing with other people, and I'm trying to provide a good service to the community. It's free enterprise, but it's not capitalism. There's no capital gain for me.
I'm really glad you mentioned that. For those of you that viewers that maybe have never heard of that and think that maybe he's making it up, there's a great section in Michael Moore's new movie, Capitalism: A Love Story, where it goes over this successful bread business that has warehouses and stuff, and each person in the business, even the guys like stuffing bread in plastic bags, each person makes $60,000 a year, no matter what, including the owner, and they're obviously successful in running. So I just want to kind of back that up and substantiate that. And really appreciate you sharing that.
That's good. I mean, and in the market that we live in, there's room for all kinds of expressions of free enterprise. And that's one of them that he mentions, and that's one that you have. And there's all kinds of other options too. But I think to expect a successful system of free enterprise to exist purely on total equality of equity amongst all employees of every organization is not going to happen. It's a nice reason, but it's not going to happen.
So is capitalism, but it's so fatally flawed when you think you have to maximize profits, and by doing that you cut wages, and then people can't spend as much, so their economic output is less, and it's basically just a widening gap. You're making more, they're making less, and pretty soon you're going to be able to spend less and less, and then it shuts down. It's not a good long-term plan. Short-term, yes, we're going to make lots of money, doing this and that, and selling this for cheap and paying our workers less, but in the long run, it's heading for a collapse.
So what's your alternative? Government-mandated rules about how we can conduct commerce in this country?
Well, what we have to decide is what our values really are as a society. And if we decide that our values are free enterprise at any expense, then we'll go the route of Walmart and AIG. I mean, that's what we've been doing up to now, free market at any expense, or get whatever you can while the getting's good.
Right.
But I think our values as human society, and especially here in Hawaii, we come from, the Hawaiian culture comes from a different value system. And it's one that I think that is in ascendancy the world over right now, really. But it isn't one that we here in the United States have had much contact with officially, governmentally. And that is one a little bit more egalitarian, a little bit more share and have the wealth of the nation's product be shared among the people. I think that would correspond closer to the values we have as human beings than what we've been experiencing and what the crisis of which is occurring now.
Well, I mean, but you gladly use expressions like, we have to change our values. Well, what does that mean? 300 million people with potentially 300 million different sets of values all have to somehow have the same value. I mean, if you want to start a corporation or a company that has total equality of equity amongst all the employees, like what's your name? Neil's theory, then that's wonderful. And and if you don't, if you want to start a corporation and try and get all the money and get people to work for you, then that's fine too. I think there's room for all models. It's very hard. Societies over millennia have tried to impose universal values on their populations, and they have always failed.
No, that's not the case, though. The case is that the profits and strongly capitalistic organizations have been favored heavily by taxes, by laws, by every mechanism in our society. The people in power have gotten a grip on virtually every part of the system, including the Supreme Court. And so that's what you're up against. The people that are fighting for equality in a more of a community approach have lost and lost and lost. Unions lose and lose and lose. But I think that I see a sign now. I think this is an example of people in the community coming together and trying to find ways to support each other and work together and like you said, have a different set of values other than the profit motive. The profit motive will drive it to, if you just turn it loose, there will be one company left. There will be one person with all the money, and that's the nature of capitalism. That's the nature of competition. And so there has to be some control over that. I'm not saying doing away with it. I think innovation and competition is a good thing. But there has to be a balance. Somehow there has to be a balance.
There has to be at least a little bit of a more level playing field. So far, increasingly, the money talks. And yeah, the whole recent thing about the Supreme Court decision is that companies can spend as much as they want. They already owned Congress, by the way, but they want. I guess they want to own everything. Supreme Court, they want to, but Supreme Court gave them that chance. It's totally legal that you can spend all you want. So now instead of democracy is no longer one person, one vote. It's $1, one vote. So whoever has the goal makes the rules.
I'm wondering now if you guys, we only have a little bit of time left, does anyone want to switch gears on this whole topic at all and bring up stuff that's on your mind other than the capitalism type stuff? I'd like to bring up some things local, since it's on public access. There's this really awesome town hall meeting that was put on by the Hawaii Community College students from one class, and